The story you're about to hear is a compilation of documented true facts about historical characters, events, or locations. Please sit back and listen as I narrate this story to you. Father Erasmus Horner overheard a strange and troubling confession from one of the school's Catholic students, Clara Germana Cele, in 1906 at St. Michael's Mission School in Natal, South Africa. She had made a pact with the devil. Clara Germana Cele, 16 years old, was a devout Christian girl known by the nuns as an ordinary, if somewhat unpredictable, young black girl orphaned by her parents as an infant and attending the school since the age of 4. Clara's childhood is unknown, but she was raised in the arms of the nuns at the school and by the church. She had been baptized as a child, and her only life was that of St. Michael's Mission, and she gave no reason for suspicion of possession. While the confession was quickly forgotten, Clara began engaging in erratic behavior in the weeks that followed, behavior that escalated to insane levels on August 20, 1906, when the startled sisters at the school witnessed Clara tearing at her clothes, growling like an animal, and conversing with seemingly invisible beings. At one point, she even said, "Sister, please call Father Erasmus. I must confess and tell everything. But quick, quick, or Satan will kill me. He has me in his power. Nothing is blessed with me. I have thrown away all of the medals you gave me." Later, she stated, "You have betrayed me. You promised me days of glory, but now you treat me cruelly." Regarding the animalistic growling coming from Clara, one nun wrote, "No animal had ever made such sounds, neither the lions of East Africa nor the angry bulls. At times, it sounded like a veritable herd of wild beasts orchestrated by Satan had formed a hellish choir." Clara's strange outburst persisted for several weeks. Nuns reported that when she was sprinkled with holy water, her skin would burn and she would lash out when Bibles, crosses, and other sacred objects entered the room with her, even if they were hidden from her view. At the sight of a religious symbol, she would erupt into an uncontrollable rage, attacking herself and anyone else who happened to be nearby until the offending object was removed. The young girl also began to demonstrate a remarkable ability to read people's minds. She could not only tell what those around her were thinking at any given time, but she had also gained the ability to see beyond the here and now. When she met someone for the first time, she was able to provide a complete rundown of their history dating back to childhood. No amount of deception could fool her, according to records taken at that time. Even though it appeared impossible, researchers discovered that Clara could somehow enter the minds of anyone she encountered, whether they wanted her to or not. According to the accounts of several nuns, Clara possessed the ability to speak and understand a variety of foreign languages to which she had never been exposed, including Polish, German, French, and others. To add to the mystery, she not only spoke fluently in other languages, but she also understood every word when native speakers were brought in to put her newfound knowledge to the test. Clara was said to have superhuman strength as well, easily overpowering authority figures at the school when they tried to restrain her. According to another witness, Clara began to levitate 5 feet in the air daily, her clothes sticking to her body as she rose as if they too had defied gravity's law. It was claimed that she could only be brought back down after being sprinkled with holy water, during which time she would also temporarily snap out of her possessed state. The most bizarre claims were that the young woman could transform into a snake-like creature, her body becoming as flexible as rubber as she slithered across the floor. She was said to have bitten a nun on the arm and left puncture marks resembling serpent fangs at one point. Clara was said to have gone to confession and received Holy Communion while she was possessed. This happened very early in her possession, or the forces afflicting her were so powerful that they could withstand the power of the Catholic Church. Those closest to her suspected that the girl's inexplicable transformation was the work of something demonic from the start. Rumors that she had made a deal with the devil only added fuel to the fire. Clara's confessor, Father Horner, and another priest, Reverend Mansueti, were cleared to perform an exorcism on the girl after it was determined that she met the criteria for demonic possession. The ritual was carried out on September 11, 1906, beginning in the early morning hours and lasting until noon, when it was resumed at 3 p.m. and continued into the night. Clara allegedly knocked a holy Bible from one of the priest's hand and attempted to strangle him with a stole, among other bizarre and violent behaviors. The rites were repeated the next morning, with the possessing demon allegedly leaving Clara's body after telling the priests he would signal his departure through an act of levitation, which occurred in front of an audience of about 170 people in the mission chapel. Not only did she levitate horizontally, but she also managed to right herself into a standing position while suspended in midair, according to reports. The clerics declared that the ritual was finished after several exhausting hours of Clara fighting them and placating them in the voice of a small child. Clara was declared free of infestation in the moments that followed. The nuns at the mission were left with the unenviable task of nursing Clara back to health after the commotion died down and the crowds dispersed. It was clear from the start that her weeks in possession had taken their toll on her still developing body. Her eyes had sunken deep into their sockets because of malnutrition and dehydration, and the once vibrant adolescent was now little more than skin and bones. Clara quickly recovered thanks to the round-the-clock care she received from her caregivers. She requested to resume her religious studies as soon as she was able. While others were fixated on the past, she was only concerned with the future. Clara claimed a year later that she had made another pact with the devil and another 2-day exorcism was performed. Witnesses reported an extremely foul odor filling the air after the demon left the young girl's body this time. Clara would be evaluated by mental health professionals on several occasions over the next few years at their request. They were all in agreement that she not have schizophrenia or any other condition whose symptoms could have been mistaken for demonic possession. Perhaps she was simply a talented actress who managed to dupe not only an entire village, but also the Catholic Church and a slew of venerable psychiatrists, as some have speculated. Of course, such a thing is possible, but given the unique circumstances surrounding her case, it is unlikely. All that was revealed was that she was extremely embarrassed about her exorcism and hoped that everyone would forget the insane events at the mission. She begged forgiveness and vowed to devote her life to more humble pursuits. She had nothing to say when questioned by those who wanted to know more about her ordeal. Her time spent suffering at the hands of something unnameable was a blank space in her memory, she claimed. It was a position she would hold for the next 6 years until her untimely death from natural causes. Clara died in 1912 at the age of 22 from heart failure. She was cremated after her death, but it is unknown where her remains are interred. Hey everyone! I just wanted to express how grateful I am that you took time out of your day to listen to my narration. This is Nikki of Twysted Mind, and I'd like to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Salamat!